Kia ora, what's up, what's going on? So I scored this Phat ShitStation 3 from our local recycling place the other day for about 25 bucks. It has the yellow light of death. I'm going to see if I can recover it without a reballing machine. Let's get into it.
I'm just going to power it on, and as you can see there, the yellow light of death pops up. And try it again. Same thing again. So now I'm going to start taking it apart. I'm going to start by removing the hard drive. Just pop the case off, unscrew the screw, slide it to the left and pull it out. I'm going to grab the vacuum and just clean up the dust. There's also a screw under the warranty sticker. I can tell this has been taken apart because the warranty sticker is still there and it is really old as it's breaking off as I'm trying to remove it. Usually it comes off in one piece. Then unscrew the torque screw that's in there. Once the screw has been taken out, you can lie down the PlayStation and slide the top cover off, and then it has 6 Phillips screws. It needs to be taken out. I'm going to use a screwdriver instead of an electric screwdriver. Once the screws have been removed, it can pull the top cover off. Start from the back end and just slightly lift it up on one corner and then just pull the whole thing off towards you. Not much dust, there's a little bit in there. I'll clean that up later on. Go in there with the vacuum, tidy it up. I'm going to remove the disk drive. It has one plug on the front and the ribbon underneath it. To release it, you just lift up the latch and slide it out. I'm going to unscrew the Wi-Fi antenna. Just going to let it hang on the side there. Going to remove the connector for the power supply as well, and also the connector for the ribbon cable. You just lift it up and then slide it out. Now I'm going to unscrew the screws that hold down the power supply. Now you just simply lift it straight up. There are two pins holding it to the motherboard. Going to disconnect the connector on the back end, and there's the main power supply. I'm going to remove the Wi-Fi card. I'm going to unscrew the wire that connects to the motherboard, which is the earth wire or ground wire. I'm going to go around and unscrew the screws that are holding the top plate to the motherboard. Next I'm going to unscrew the 4 screws that hold down the 2 clamps. Next I'm going to remove the insides from the chassis. Just lift it up slightly and then pull it. And there we go, and as you can see there's a little bit of dust in there, not too much. Vacuum will clean that up, and then also a wash in warm water with some soapy suds. You can see there, fan's pretty dirty as usual. This thing is years old, but the condition of it looks pretty good. I'm going to remove the fan unit. Just as a simple plug, 3 screws. Yeah, it's quite dirty, as you can see there. It's going to take a bit to clean this up. Also on the inside of the unit housing, you can see it. going to flip it over and lift off the aluminium casing on the top. You may need to use a heat gun at about 100 degrees for about a minute to warm it up in order to lift it off. And now I'm going to go at it again, same temperature for about the same time. This is so I can lift the motherboard off the big huge heatsink. I'm using a spatula, a metal spatula. You can use a plastic one if you like. This is just to shimmy things around, make sure that it loosens up. And I'm going to pull back this aluminium tab on the left and right side. Go on with the spatula again, just lift it up slightly. Try not to bend the board because you may crack it, or if there are some damaged electronic components they might pop off. If you're having trouble with this, you need to heat the motherboard up a bit more. Try and avoid the plastic parts. Again, don't go over 100 degrees. And there we go, just pops straight off. As you can see there, the thermal paste is pretty dry. There's quite a bit of dust on there, so I'm going to use my airbrush to blow it off. Obviously there's no paint or water or any liquids in there of any sort. Just using straight air to clean it up. Lots of dust on the motherboard as well, so I'm going to blast it with the airbrush. You can use an air can or something else similar to help clean this up. I'm going to clean up the dies. I'm going to use PCB cleaner. You can use any other kind of cleaner like isopropyl. Just go in there with a rag and wipe it all off. going to go on with a heat gun or a rework station. I'm going to use a rework station in this video. I set it to about 100 degrees and just warm the board from underneath before I crack it up to 300. So do this for about a minute. Flip it over and do the same thing, same temperature, 100 degrees, and you want to do circle motions for about a minute just to warm the board up. I'm going to go in with some solder flux and go around the whole entire area here, all four sides. Now I'm going to go in with the rework station, set it on 300 degrees and do circle motions for about 6 minutes and move backwards and forwards around these two areas. You may notice that I've removed the battery for the clock. You might want to replace this because 9 times out of 10 they are dead. You'll want to let this cool down for about half an hour or so. Do not bump it, do not touch it, just leave it as it is. Once it's fully cooled down, I'm going to apply some thermal paste and spread it out with an ice block stick. I'm going to clean up the old thermal paste off the heat sinks with some PCB cleaner or isopropyl. I'm going to replace the clock battery with the same 2032 size battery, CR2032. Next I'm going to put the motherboard back on the heatsink and then place the top aluminium plate over it. Now I'm going to clean out the fan unit's housing, again with the same PCB cleaner or isopropyl and a rag. Just give it a good wipe. Now I'm going to clean up the fan unit itself. This is going to take a while. reinsert the fan unit, plug it in, and re-screw the 3 screws in. Now I'm going to clean up the grill on the back end, just give it a quick wipe, and then reattach it to the motherboard. I'm going to give the bottom of the case a bit of a clean out. It's not going to be a full clean because I need to make sure this thing is working. Again, I don't usually fully clean something unless I fix it first, but otherwise it's just a waste of time and it's rubbish. Now insert the main guts of it back into the bottom of the chassis. I'm going to give the PSU, or the power supply unit, a bit of a wipe down. There's some dust there. Also blow it out with the air gun, and possibly use the vacuum as well, just to clean it up without taking it apart. I've lost a video where I reclamped the 2 clamps on and reinserted the PSU and also the Wi-Fi card, but it is the same as you take it apart, just reverse it. I only used 2 screws to put it back together, just to hold certain things in place. Now it's time to boot it up and test it. No yellow light, so we've got something going on the screen, and it's usually the HDMI configuration. Yep, there we go. So it's good to go and it's working. So now it's time to mod it. I'm going to go into system information, and it has version 4.92. So I'm going to insert a USB stick into my PC and format it in FAT32. Once that's done, I'm going to go into the USB stick and I'm going to create a folder called PS3 uppercase, and then inside that folder I'm going to make one called update or uppercase, and I'm going to copy and paste the hen firmware update file in there, and then I'm going to eject the USB stick from my PC and insert it to the PS3, and I'm going to update. As you can see there, usually it will say custom firmware, but for some reason it doesn't on this. This is a first for me, so I'm going to select yes to update its firmware and let it run through the motions. Now that it has custom firmware on there, I'm going to set up the Wi-Fi or internet connection, because you need this in order to jailbreak it. Once that's successful, I'm going to back out and go over to the internet browser, press X to go in there, and then I'm going to clear everything up by pressing the R1, go to Tools, scroll down the bottom, and we want to delete the cookies, search history, cache. Need to go all four of them, and also delete authentication. Once it's done, I'm going to back out of the browser and then relaunch it. Then press the R1 again and then go to Tools. I want to go down to confirm browser close, select off, go back out, go back in one more time, and then press the start button. And now we're going to punch in a URL, and it's going to be PS3 exploit.me. Once you've typed that in, press the start button. You might need to press it twice to launch the website. Once that loads, go to the top right hand corner and select PS3 hen with the pointer. We want to go to this first one here. Press X on it. It'll download a package automatically. You want to allow this. Press the circle or back button once it's done. Now we want to bookmark this before we do anything else. Press the back button, add bookmark, go down and select the PS3 hen auto installer. We don't need to download this again, and we need to back all the way out and then go back into the browser one more time. Press the back button to bring up the bookmark and load it, and then we want to select install, because if you don't do this, 9 times out of 10 it won't install it. It'll come up with an error. Here you go, auto hen installer initialized successfully, so it's been installed. If the installation fails, try it again. You may need to try it a couple of times. It could be an issue with Wi-Fi or even with the server. When it's successful, you'll get a notification in the top right hand corner. Here we go, welcome to PS3 hen. And then it'll automatically start downloading a package, and then you will need to press the circle or back button once it installs that, and then it will auto download another one. As you can see there, download complete. Press the circle button and there's the final installation package. The system will reboot, as you can see there. Once it reboots, you will get this boot up screen, PS3 hen. That is how you know that the ShipStation 3 is jailbroken. Now I'm going to scroll over to the game section and enable hen. Press X on it. You'll get a notification in the top right hand corner that it has enabled it. Once you have enabled it, the package manager will appear underneath it. Now we can start installing software. I'm going to reinsert the USB stick into my PC and reformat it if it ain't already in FAT32. You can find the package in the description below. Make sure you select the correct drive and format it. Then I'm going to copy and paste Multiman and the PS2 software over to the root of the USB stick. You can also find these in the description below. That's done. Remove it from the PC and plug it back into your PS3. Make sure you've enabled hen. Go down to Package Manager, install package, and go down to Standard. I'm going to install Multi-Man first. Press X on it and it will install it. Press the circle button once it's done, and I'm going to install the next package, which was the PS2. So go down to Package Manager, install, Standard. There's two files here. You want to install this package here down the bottom, the launcher first, and then the configuration file. Now I'm going to boot up Multi-Man. This is a staple software because you need this in order to transfer games via the USB stick. It is faster to do it that way than to do it through FTP. FTP can take a whole entire day just to transfer a PS2 game, where it only takes about 20 minutes, not even that, maybe 10-20 minutes on a USB stick. I have a video on how to transfer games that are bigger than 4 gig on a USB stick. So here we go. And I'm going to turn off the annoying background music. So just go down to the settings, scroll all the way down and turn it off. That's it for this video. If you've learned something today, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Chat.